Welcome to Glitched. I'm Francisco Lozano, and this is your weekly wrap-up. Coming off the coattails of the Switch's successful launch, Nintendo announced a new handheld on Friday, the new 2DS XL. Featuring the same size and specs as the new 3DS XL, the 2DS XL offers a cheaper alternative by not having 3D capabilities. All 3DS games will be playable on the new handheld, it just won't have the ability to use the 3D function. The new 2DS XL will launch with two new games, Hey Pikmin, a side-scrolling puzzle game featuring the cute characters from the Pikmin series, and Miitopia, where Miis team up to defeat the Dark Lord of their world. The new 2DS XL will be available on July 28th and cost $150. Maybe Nintendo made this new system a little cheaper, cause good God is Nintendo Switch making bank. Nintendo reported that the Switch has sold over 2.74 million units since its release on March 3rd. As for the system's biggest game, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that bad boy sold 2.76 million copies on the Switch, and another million on the Wii U. But you guys remember that thing, right? Nintendo is now predicting that they will sell 10 million units of the Switch before the end of the fiscal year in March 2018. Now, we may not talk too kindly of Nintendo around here, but we are still glad to see their new system doing so well. Godspeed, Nintendo. Godspeed. French media conglomerate Vivendi is reportedly in talks to purchase Assassin's Creed from developer Ubisoft. Vivendi has been collecting shares in the developer for at least a year now, but is apparently now eyeing an all-out purchase of the company. Now, this doesn't seem like it's going to be a smooth process, with Vivendi steadily working its way to owning up to 25% of the shares from developer Ubisoft. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot has said he views this as a hostile takeover attempt. The reports say that Vivendi will acquire the company within 2017. It'll be interesting to see if this affects Ubisoft's dominance in the industry. And if we're going to start talking about who is and who isn't dominating the industry, all you need to do is look at this Amazon screenshot. You know what that shows? It shows that the PS4 version of Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2 is already sold out on Amazon. Some fans have reportedly contacted Amazon and have been told that the online shopping giant has run out entirely of its allotment of PS4 copies. You guys, this game doesn't even have a release date yet. All we have is a 6-month-old reveal trailer. I mean, I guess if you're gonna trust a developer, Rockstar isn't a bad one to choose. I'm just saying, pay attention to updates and watch out for any bad news. You know what else you should watch out for? Perception. After BioShock Infinite was released in 2013, the team at Irrational Games all mutually parted ways to join other groups. One of those new developers, the Deep End Games, just announced the release date for their first title. Coming out on May 30th for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, Perception is a horror game that the protagonist has to navigate through a creepy house. Here's the catch though, she's blind, meaning she has to rely on sounds, a smartphone, and a walking stick to find her way through. The art style of this game is crazy, so be sure to keep Perception on your radar. If you're into scary games like Perception, then this week was the week for you. The highly anticipated survival horror title from Red Barrel's Outlast 2 stalked its way into the public on Tuesday. This is the second installment of the critically acclaimed franchise, famous for its unique mechanic of using a night vision video camera to work your way through the pitch black environment, and you also couldn't fight enemies, you could only run and hide. Then, if you made it to Thursday, Xbox announced that Dead Space 2 and 3 are now backwards compatible on Xbox One. These cosmically creepy titles from Visceral and EA are considered to be some of the best in the genre of the last generation. Well, at least Dead Space 2 was. Dead Space 3, not so much. And if your heart was still beating on Friday, the mysterious side-scrolling Little Nightmares from indie developer Tarsier Studios came out. This game had lots of hype surrounding it ever since it was announced, enough hype that a collector's edition was made available featuring a physical copy of the game and a figure of the protagonist, Six. It seems like the hype is justified too. Little Nightmares received an 8.5 out of 10 from Polygon, an 8.8 from IGN, and a 9 out of 10 gold rating from Game Informer. On top of these great scores, it has a great price of $20 at launch. Speaking of launching money out of your wallet, okay, I'll admit that wasn't my best one, but either way, look at this Link figure. For a measly $335, this 12-inch tall, 3.5-pound Link can be yours. This figure is being made by Real Action Heroes and will come with his sword, shield, bow, arrows, quiver, and other accessories, as well as interchangeable hands and 2 facial expressions. Pre-orders are live and the figure is set for a December release. I wonder if they're going to coat all of his accessories with horrible tasting chemicals. But speaking of horrible tasting chemicals, it's time to make your way over to your local McDonald's and insist you're under the age of 10 because Super Mario toys are now included in Happy Meals. For the next several weeks, McDonald's diners will be able to get their hands on either Mario, Yoshi, Bowser, Peach, Luigi, a red shell, a 1-Up mushroom, or another Mario. Dang, McDonald's, you got room for 2 Marios, but not for the most majestic character of them all, Donkey Kong? Which of these stories stood out to you the most? Nintendo's money printing machine? Or maybe the excuse to eat McDonald's? Was there a story we missed that you feel like we should have covered? Let us know in the comments down below. And make sure to check out our YouTube page for our new episode of Checkpoint where we discuss Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, as well as this week's episode of Glitched. You can also find all of our videos at facebook.com/glitched.news. Remember to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all your gaming and tech news. This was Glitched, and I'll see you next time. Gee. Come on! Come on! Yeah, well, okay.
So anything else?